deputy has been to Luzira as a political prisoner. I have been to Luzira as a political prisoner. Semuju there has been to prison as a political prisoner. A good number of us this side, I have been there as political prisoners. What is happening now in Luzira of subjecting Dr. Besigye to cage discussion? You are this way, there is a cage, is that side, is completely alien in Luzira. Anybody who has been there knows. So, Right Honourable Speaker, the issue we wanted to understand is whether there is a policy shift in as far as visiting and interacting with the prisoners is concerned, especially with regard to Dr. Besigye. That is the issue, Right Honourable Speaker, that perhaps, and not the Attorney General, the Minister for Internal Affairs should come and state whether there is a policy shift. Because since time immemorial, we've been going to Luzira, we've been there as prisoners, and we've been interacting with the people who come to visit us, not in a caged form, but in a free environment. Right Honourable Speaker, if Dr. Besigye dies in prison, God forbid, it will send a very bad signal on this institution. Very bad. That something happened, we were around, and we didn't speak out. I wouldn't like, Right Honourable Speaker, to be under your tenure that a leading opposition politician, who, by the way, as we celebrate 39 years of the NRM, one of the people who brought this government in power, that is dying in the regime he facilitated to come to power. It will be really very unfortunate. So, Right Honourable Speaker, you can do us a lot of service if you authorize the necessary committee of Parliament to visit Luzira and undertake an investigation on this matter and come and report. Parliament would have discharged this obligation. I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. I don't want to think that the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs is trying to dodge these critical issues that we are raising of human rights violations. The Deputy Attorney General was here yesterday. He told us he had written to Parliament to get information of the concerns we raised about Dr. Kizza Besigye. And he was meant to give us feedback. Now they are all absent. Honourable Speaker, government is now present. And government is the one detaining Dr. Kizza Besigye. So government should be able to be answerable to this issue. Honourable Speaker, what happens if the Attorney General is called again next week on Tuesday to State House or wherever for an urgent, I don't know what? Does government not remain present? Because government is here and it is represented and they should be answerable to these issues. Honourable Speaker, we were here paying tribute to Honourable Segirinya and we raised concerns about how this House let down Honourable Segirinya. He was denied bail. We raised those concerns. The presiding officers, he told us those are matters of court. He said, but the man is sick. Eventually, he was granted bail. He was rearrested outside prisons. We brought the matter here, Honourable Speaker. As presiding officers, he told us that matter is in court. But we let the man down. He eventually died because we could not stand up for one of our own. Honourable Speaker, are we waiting for you to announce to us that Dr. Kizza Besigye, former, because he was in the Constituent Assembly with former minister and all these different things, then you tell us to stand up, observe a moment of silence, to pay tribute to him? Are we waiting for that? Because even Tuesday, one of the concerns about Dr. Kizza Besigye is food. The last we checked, they have denied him food from his family because he has concerns and is entitled to that. Any day that passes by without these issues being addressed, it puts his life in jeopardy. Are we waiting for that very critical time when tables have turned and then we are here saying all manner of things, rest in peace? Right, Honourable Speaker, we have let down too many people. Let's not let down Dr. Kizza Besigye as well.
Thank you, Honourable. I see no appetite from the NRM to participate. The other day you saw how Honourable Akamba was arrested, not even like a chicken thief. Grabbed. The tendency from my experience here is for our colleagues from NRM to think violations are limited to us. I told you here at the beginning of this parliament, I was in B2 in Maxon, where former Vice President Gilbert Bukenya had been a resident, where the Honorable Jim Mwezi had been a resident. the Honorable Mike Mukula, Vice Chairman of NRM, had been a resident. You need to understand how President Museveni works. Many of you, one by one, you will find yourself in prison. You can sit here comfortably because they are talking about Besigye, his opposition. That Besigye we are talking about was the one treating Museveni. Near Museveni died in Rwanda, but Besigye treated him. This is how he's paying him. This is how he will pay you. You can pretend.
When we were passing the Public Order Management Act, that time, I remember the architects thought it was going to apply to members on this side. But as fate would have it, the architects of that law were the first victims.
I was grabbed from here and dragged by police for protesting. The Honorable Mamambaz complained here why I was not taken to the disciplinary committee of Parliament. I saw him on TV being grabbed by the collar in Ginger. So this is a very serious matter. When rights are, that's universal. Mr. Speaker, I raised here the issue of Dr. Besigye being kidnapped from Nairobi, where he had gone to attend the book launch of the Honorable Martha Karua. That is more than, it was on December, it was November. 2 months later, the statement hasn't been brought. The Honorable Mujuche is raising the issue of continuing to violate his rights even when he's in prison. The Attorney General has been summoned, the Deputy, I don't know, has gone where, and all these good people are just looking at us. So why are you in government if you are of no value to Parliament? That they are raising issues. I have seen the Honorable NANKABIRWA here when she was Chief Whip. Every matter you raised, she would excuse herself for 5 minutes and she brings an answer. Today they are all seated. Wait for your day.
Right, Honorable Speaker. I'm standing here to really apologize on behalf of my colleagues who were not available when the House started. We will try as much as possible to make sure that we get more coordinated such that at least every ministry is represented in the House. Secondly, I have listened to my colleagues who in their submissions were hitting on a matter that supposing Dr. Besigye dies. I just want to stand here and declare that we are going to pray. Yes. Yes. We pray for Dr. Besigye. I seek for your protection. Yes.
Honourable Minister, you're on record. The rest are not on record.
Okay. I am just standing here as Canon Dr. Ruth NANKABIRWA to declare that we shall pray that God protects Dr. Besigye and that justice be done unto him. I am going to speak to my colleagues. I have listened what the colleagues have raised, such that come Tuesday, a satisfying answer is given to this House regarding Dr. Besigye's plea. I wanted to be on record that we will pray. God forbid, because I've listened to leader of opposition talking about supposing he dies, God knows what will happen. But my prayer is that Dr. Besigye is safe and that justice is done.
Thank you. Really, we have, I remember the time of Honorable Segirinya, which you're talking about. Honorable here, Mpuga, came here, presented a comparing case, and we sent a committee. So, on this one, what I'm going to do, and I want to clarify for the Attorney General, we gave an assignment to the Attorney General and Finance on NDP4, and their meeting was today. He briefed me because they have issues which we raised here that must be concluded upon. It's the Deputy Attorney General who was sent to meet the President over some matters. So what I'm going to do, since they are coming on Tuesday to present a statement with regard to what Honorable Atkins was talking about yesterday, I have consulted with the chairperson committee on human rights. Let the committee on human rights go visit Dr. Besigye tomorrow, okay? And they make a report which should come on Tuesday, so that once we are debating the statement from government, we also debate a statement, the report of the committee.